Hello students, hope everybody are doing well in your homes. Today let's learn Grandma Climbs a Tree written by Ruskin Bond. So let's read about the poet. Ruskin Bond was born on 19 May 1934. He is an Indian author of British descent. He lives in Missouri, India. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, his novel in English. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. So, here in this poem, the poet tells us that how his grandmother had a passion for climbing trees, okay, from a very young age, and how she could climb trees till the age of 62. However, grandmother was not able to live without tree. So, let's begin this poem. My grandmother was a genius. You would like to know why. Because she could climb trees, spreading or high. She would be their branches in a thrice, and mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. Here you can see that the poet begins the poem by calling her grandmother genius, as she could climb any type of tree very easily. When she last climbed a tree, she was of 62 years of age. She got this gift of climbing trees since childhood. And though as years went by, she would be told that climbing trees should stop when one grew old, and that growing old should be gone about disgraceful. So, gone about graceful. She would laugh and say, well, I'll grow disgracefully. I can do it better. And we had to agree, for in all the garden there wasn't a tree. So, as the years passed, she grew old and she was advised not to climb trees as it looked very disgraceful. However, she did not paid any attention to their advice. There was not even a single tree left in the garden that grandma couldn't climb. She hadn't been up at one time or another, having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6. But it was feared by all that one day she had have a terrible fall. The outcome was different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. She learned this climbing, the habit of climbing trees from her loving brother. So they feared that one day she would fall, but she never fall. But she never fall. However, one day when they were not at home, okay, when one day when she was alone at home, she climbed a tree but couldn't come down. After the rescue, the doctors took Granny's temperature and said, I strongly recommend a quiet week in bed. We sighed with relief and tucked her up well. Poor Granny, for her it was like a brief season in hell, confined to her bedroom while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. So after when she climbed a tree but she couldn't come down, so after that she was rescued from the treetop. After that she fell terribly ill. The doctor was called. He took her temperature and advised her 1 week bed rest. Everyone felt very relieved that uh, as this would stop her from climbing trees. Okay, the granny grew more and more miserable. So she was very unhappy on the bed. She was so every day on the bed it was like a hell for her. So obviously she was missing tree climbing. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. And she called for my father and told him, undaunted, that a house in a tree top was what she now wanted. My dad knew his duties. He said that all that's all right. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight. So so she sat on her bed and declared that she would not confine to bed any longer. She would never stay on bed any longer. So she called the poet's father and instructed him to build a house on a treetop. Okay, so his dutiful father fulfilled Granny's wish. With with the poet's help, he built a beautiful house on treetop. Okay, so he started working, building treetop house by taking poet's help. So with my expert assistance, he soon finished the chores, made her a tree made a tree house with windows and a door. So Granny moved up, and now every day I climb to her room with glasses and tray. She sits there in state and drinks sherry with me, upholding her right to reside in a tree. So the dutiful dad fulfilled Granny's wish with the poet's help. With the poet's help, he built Granny a beautiful house on the treetop. So every day the poet used to visit grandma. Okay, every day he used to visit grandma with a tray and glasses. So grandma sits with the poet, okay, and they'll enjoy some brown or yellow kind of wine. Okay, sherry means, so it is a wine, a kind of wine. It is in yellow or brown color. Okay, so thereafter she felt very happy. She had a wonderful time on the tree top. Hope you have enjoyed the poem. Hope you have understood the poem.